Good evening, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Najib Abdul Razak will have to enter his defense in the 1MDB case. The court ruled today that the prosecution succeeded in establishing a prima facie case against him. The Kuala Lumpur High Court has ordered Najib Abdul Razak to enter his defense on 4 charges of using his position to obtain gratification totaling 2.3 billion ringgit in 1MDB funds and 21 money laundering charges involving the same amount. Judge Collin Lawrence Sequerah made the ruling after finding that the prosecution had established a prima facie case against the former Prime Minister on all the charges at the end of the prosecution's case. He said the court finds the charges against the accused are valid and correct in law. For all 21 money laundering charges, he said the offences had fulfilled the criteria under Section 4(1)(a) of the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism, Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. He added that the court did not find that the accused had been misled by the charges. Najib is facing 4 charges of using his position to obtain gratification totaling 2.3 billion ringgit in 1MDB funds in 2014. He is being charged under Section 23(1) of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) Act and can be punished under Section 24(1) of the same Act. Speaking to the media later, Najib's lawyer, Muhammad Shafi Abdullah, stressed that Najib did not expect a favourable outcome in the case due to his apology. He said Najib apologised as the scandal occurred during his watch.
Datuk Sri Najib apologised that the 1MDB debacle happened during his watch. He's not saying that I did it. He's not saying that. He has to apologize because he's number one. Yeah, under the Westminster system, if you are the head of the government and a bad thing happened under your watch, you apologize. Among other things, you apologize. And that's what precisely he did. He did not apologize for those purposes in order to get a better result here. No. He thought that it was already due for him to apologize merely because it took place during his watch. Yeah, he's not saying he's guilty criminally or negligently or recklessly.
In conjunction with Malaysia Kini turning 25 from now to 30th November, you can subscribe or renew your Malaysia Kini package with 25% off. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to enjoy this exclusive offer. Meanwhile, Najib's daughter said they have not lost hope on the case. She added that storms make people stronger and never last forever. Nooryana Najwa Najib has taken to Instagram to share a post on not losing hope. This came after the Kuala Lumpur High Court ordered her father, Najib Abdul Razak, to enter his defense on charges related to the 1MDB scandal. In her post, Nooryana said, "Never lose hope. Storms make people stronger and never last forever." Nooryana had also shared a photograph of her father yesterday night with a text saying, "We will get through this together." Meanwhile, former Law Minister Zaid Ibrahim, who represented Najib at one point, said all is calm in the country now. Zaid said many were angry with Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim after he described himself as the father of the nation and welcomed Najib's apology. However, he said many Malaysians are no longer worried about the apology and the PM's remarks. Zaid added that he finds it incomprehensible that UMNO still hopes the courts will one day vindicate Najib. He said judges are like master chefs. They cook whatever is presented to them, and Judge A will not make findings different from Judge B's conclusions on similar facts. Unlike Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's supporters, Zaid said UMNO members are somehow unable to detect anything flawed in the process that led to Najib's life imprisonment. Meanwhile, UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the ruling does not mean Najib is guilty but rather provides him with an opportunity to prove otherwise. He said they are confident that Najib is on the side of truth and will continue to provide support to ensure that he receives justice. Bersih also commented on the case. It said even though the legal process is not complete, this indirectly proves yet again that there is a criminal case involving 1MDB funds. Bersih has welcomed the High Court ruling today that Najib Abdul Razak needs to enter his defense for all charges on the 1MDB case. Bersih lauded the prosecution for establishing a prima facie case against the former premier. In a statement, it said even though the legal process is not complete, this indirectly proves yet again that there is a criminal case involving 1MDB funds. It also called on the government to ensure that Najib serves out his remaining prison sentence on the SRC international case behind bars. Bersih added that the case is the result of the failure of our law enforcement system and institutions in the past, but there has not been any implementation of extensive institutional reforms to correct the situation. It said the government should expedite institutional reforms such as the appointment of the MACC chief and separating the roles of the Attorney General and Public Prosecutor to prevent 1MDB 2.0. Moving on, Perak Police have referred the China flag waving case to Bukit Aman. Here's more on that. The investigation paper on the incident involving the waving of China flags during the International Guangdong Cultural Festival Parade in Teluk Intan last Thursday has been referred to Bukit Aman's Legal Division D5 for further action. Perak Police Chief Azizi Mat Aris said any further instruction pertaining to the case would be made by the division. He said an investigation paper is usually referred to the D5 first before being submitted to the Attorney General Chambers. In a press conference yesterday, he said the team will now wait for instructions to either gather more evidence or proceed with the prosecution. Azizi said 61 reports were received relating to the incident and the investigation was done under Section 4(1) of the Peaceful Assembly Act 2012 for failing to comply with the prerequisites of holding an assembly and under Section 3(1) of the National Emblems Act 1949 for displaying a foreign national emblem in a public place. Prior to this, a video circulated on social media showing several individuals waving foreign flags while cheering during the International Guangdong Cultural Festival Parade, which took place from 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. last Thursday. Azizi reportedly said that the viral video also showed flags of Thailand and Vietnam being waved. It was reported that 17 participants from China involved in the parade have been questioned as part of the investigation. Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin has called on all party members to close ranks, strengthen unity and continue their struggle. This comes amidst disputes over the results within the youth wing. Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin has called for party unity between both its wing-level election winners and losers. This comes as its newly elected youth wing vice chief Faiz Rahmat disputed the outcome. In a statement yesterday, Faiz alleged interference, irregularities, and questionable decisions by the party's election committee. This includes allegations of some divisions being barred from voting or experiencing a sudden urge of members eligible to cast their ballots. He said the election committee must answer whether the election this time was truly transparent or was there any plans or interference by certain individuals who have a personal agenda to determine the Bersatu youth election outcome. Yesterday, the election committee announced that Gombak Setia assembly person Hilman Idham had won the youth chief post. Meanwhile, in a statement today, Muhyiddin called on the party to accept the election results. He said that whether they won or lost, their responsibility after this was to close ranks, strengthen unity and continue the struggle. Besides the youth wing, there had also been disputes prior to the results within Bersatu's non-Bumiputra associate members wing. As for the women's wing, Masjid Tanah MP Mas Amiyati Samsudin was confirmed as its new chief yesterday. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.